Hey everybody, and welcome to Bluemas. This is day number 5. I'm going to walk y'all through a little tutorial and show y'all how, even if you want to create a design, say, rhinestones, and you might have several templates, and you decide, nah, I don't want to fully do that template. I'm going to show you what you can do. For instance, I have a template right here. I have another one right here. And I have another one. I'm going to show you how what I did was I brought these 3 templates together and made them into one. So what I did was, as you can see, I got tape. And this is nothing but painter's tape I put over here. But what I did was I took the first 2 words and I took that line and I made that one part off here. Then I went in, and this is nothing but a shoe, so I took the shoe. And then when I came to this one, the mom part, I didn't want the middle O. So what I did was I took the 2 M's, and I also took the Nana part, and I used that. Then I came over here to my other template, and I like the way this O is, so I used this O. So I'm going to show you how I put it all together and made it into one design. Okay, so we have our Guild and regular shirt. I'm going to turn the heat press on. We're going to set this to about 335, and I normally do 25, but I'm going to go a little higher, and let's say we're going to go to maybe 35. Now, while that is preparing, make sure everything is together. While our heat press is preparing and getting together, we're going to go ahead and prep our t-shirt. So what you want is, being that I'm using a white shirt, you want your shirt. You want to also get a nice lint roller, because even though you do not see these particles on there, they are on there. And remember what I always tell y'all, if you've seen any of my videos, whether you had this shirt in a box, in a bag, or just sitting around in your house, you always want to take the moisture out. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the 2 top parts, which is the neck part. We're going to put that together. We're going to come over here to our shoulder blade pieces. We're going to put that together. And we're going to take our 2 sleeves, put those together just like this. You're going to pull those up completely. So you are making a part straight down the middle of your shirt. And in doing that, you will not only take the moisture out, but you will create the line that you need to let you know where your design is centered. And it's going to be your little cheat guide. So while this is getting up to temperature, I'm going to go ahead and open the heat press. I'm going to go ahead and move our design because I do not want that to be messed up. And I have already prepared the rhinestone pieces, and they are sitting over here to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and move all of that over here because I wouldn't want our shirt to mess that up. I'm going to put that behind us. And now we're going to go in here, put our shirt. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 fingers from the top. So if you do 4 fingers from the top, you're going to put your heat press right on the spot where you can begin your design at. So I'm going to take and move that back some. And I'm going to also take and move that down. Going to make sure all my pieces are together still. And we're going to go just like that. Now, being that this is a white shirt, to protect it, I always like to take my Teflon sheets and put them down on top of the shirt as well, because you never can be too careful with a white shirt on a heat press. And I have my 2 Teflon sheets. They were already on the heat press. I'm going to make sure my shirt is right. Everything is centered. And I'm going to go straight across. You don't have to go too long, just a few seconds to take your moisture out of the shirt. Okay, now we have went down for a few seconds. Remember, we have our cheek gag going on here, right down the middle. We're gonna open up our shirt. We're gonna go ahead and put it on the heat press. I'm gonna make sure we open up our shirt. But before we go any further, you wanna take your lint brush, and I always put a piece of carrier sheet off of my HTV, and I just put it over here just to make sure I don't pick up any extra lint. And this first sheet, I know I do have lint on it from me using it last night. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the first layer off. And once I take this first layer off, we will be ready to go across our shirt. And we just wanna make sure we don't have any particles on here, because a lot of times there are pieces on here and you just don't see it, but you don't want it in your design. Now we're gonna go ahead and get everything situated. Make sure everything is centered. Make sure your neck is off of your heat press. And remember what I said, your line right here, and I don't think I have my heat press. Let me make sure. Okay, there we go. And like I said before, your line is your cheek guide. We're going to go right down the center. So we're going to start with our first word. Remember, I told you we took God gifted. I took that off of that template. But instead of putting it on the top, I want it on the side. So I'm going to put it right here, like that. I'm going to make sure it's in the middle. And I see two more dots. We're going to make sure we don't have any of that on our shirt. Okay. I want that like that. I'm going to take the shoe. I can pick it up without making a mess. Okay. We're going to take the shoe, and I want the shoe right here. Now, I do see a couple of pieces that did jump out of place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little tweezers right here, and I'm just going to gently put them back in place before we take an iron. So don't panic when you see one or two stones that might get out of place. Just simply go in. You want to still hold it down because you don't want the rest of them to jump out. And you just go ahead and push them down in place. So I'm using the tweezers together. Just take and move them over. And if they don't go, when you put your design down, you can also take and lift up this KT mask and put them back in. So whichever one works for you, that's what you can do. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna take this off of here, making sure I don't disturb any of the other ones. I'm gonna go ahead like that. Make sure everybody stay down. We're gonna pick this up, take our time, hold on to it until we know where we want it at. Now normally I would take and center this shoe, but being that I put God's gift right there, I'm gonna slightly take and go about right here like this. Slightly go right here. And I'm gonna take and hold that down like that. I'm gonna make sure everybody is the way I want them. Just gonna hold down with my fingers and go in and nudge them into place where I want them to go at. Okay, like that. And I think that's how we want it to lay. So we're gonna lay this like this, and then I'm going to come back after our 35 seconds is up. Like I said, this is a white shirt, and to make sure that I protect my shirt from getting anything from the heat press, I always take and cover it. and I will return. Okay, we have went down for our 35. I'm gonna go ahead and move this to the side. I normally have my little stand right here. I don't have that today. All right, now, and just like this, this is a cool peel or a hot peel, whichever one works for you. You can do a hot peel. And you're just going to go ahead and peel everything off. Just like that. I'm going to move that out the way. Now, I'm going to go in here. And as I was moving my design around, I noticed that I moved a couple of my stones out of place from my next little design, but not to fear. Just take your little tweezers or your little picking tool and you just slide everything back into place. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and take this M, and I think I want to kind of go off to the side. I don't want it exactly straight on. We're gonna take and put the M right there. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say you recreate, because you do not necessarily have to have it lined up in uniform as you purchase the template. Sometimes you have to take things and make it your own. So I could take and put this M down here. I could move it up there. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it like this. We're going to move this in some like that. And we're going to put that down just like that. Then I'm going to take the other M. I'm going to pull the backing off. Move these pieces out. And I'm going to slightly take, we better leave our tweezers over here, never know. And I'm going to slightly move my shirt over some. And we're going to put the other M, turn slightly this way, like that. And we're going to put that down. Now we're going to go down for a few. And wait a minute. Look like somebody wanted to get out of place. All right, we just move him in. Check and make sure everybody is good. Move that over some. Like that. Now we're going to take a Teflon sheet again. Put it right over because we want to protect our shirt. And we're going to go down for 35. And I will return. Okay, we have went down for 35 seconds. We're going to go ahead and remove our mess for our rhinestone. And I'm going to go ahead and save this. So I'm just going to put this one on top of that one. Pull this one off. Now, we have our last part of our design, and I'm going to take and either move that up or either take and turn it around. But I think what I'm going to do is go up. So I'm going to take and go up some. I'm going to make sure everything is still centered because we don't want to have our design over here and over there. We want it right in the middle. And just like that. Now, I was going to put this line that I had taken off of there. I was going to put it right there, but I don't think I'm going to use that at all now because I think that's going to be too much. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on that. We're going to put that to the side and we'll use that another time. Now we're going to take our last name, which is Nana, and I'm going to pretty much look at the top part of my shirt, which I got Mom. I know that's kind of slanted. But I'm going to also still make sure I'm centered pretty good. Now, I could put Nana over there, but that's too much. Let's just go with what we said, and that is to put it in the middle. I'm just going to roll this off. Take my time because I don't want any of my rhinestones to shift. You're going to just take your hand like that. Take your time. Slide it over. Hold it as if you're getting ready to put it down on there. And I do see one rhinestone that is out of place. But I'm going to put this down first. Take my time. Pretty much I want it to go like this. So I'm going to put that down first. I'm going to go smooth it across. Pick up my tweezers, which I had right here. And I'm constantly always moving them around. Here we go. I'm going to take those. And I'm going to go in here and make sure everybody is placed how I want it to. I'm looking at my shirt, making sure my shirt is lined up pretty good how I want it to. I'm going to pick this back up for a minute because I want to move this over. It need to come over a little bit. So I'm just going to pick it up, hold it again, and I'm going to go in right about here. And we're going to make sure it's centered right. We're going to put that down. Now I'm going to go in here where I see a couple of my rhinestones are not to my liking. It looked like one is out of place to move around. So I'm going to take and move him back up. Or if not, I will take him completely out and reposition him after I press the first time.